Hello, and welcome back to the third module of the FY25 SWE Awards program, Nominator and Nominee training. So in this module, we'll cover preparing to apply. And after completing this module, you should be able to assemble your nomination package. The SWE Award nomination packages generally consists of the following. There's a formal statement, a nominee information survey, a resume or curriculum vitae, an experience calculator, supporting letters of recommendation, a biography, and a professional headshot. Or if you're applying for the One Employer Award, it's a company logo. And I want to call out new this year in Appendix 8 is a summary of the requirements for the word length on the formal statement, the number of supporting letters, and if there's any special requirements for letters of recommendation. That same information you can find in the individual one-page award descriptions, but it's also summarized in Appendix 8. So there are 3 roles in the process of applying for a SWE award. That's the nominator, the nominee, and recommenders. So the nominator is generally somebody who is familiar with the SWE Awards process or committed to learning the SWE Awards process. They're selecting the award that best suits the candidate. They're verifying that the candidate meets the objective and qualification requirements for the award selected. They're verifying all the required items in the SWE Awards nomination checklist are completed. I'll cover that checklist in a moment. They accurately complete the appropriate online link for the award selected. They confirm the phone number and email address for the nominee and the nominator, as well as the those that are writing supporting letters. The nominator is responsible for submitting the application by the March 1st, 2025 deadline, and they inform the nominee of the result of their nomination as they serve as the central point of contact between SWE and the nominee. The nominee, on the other hand, is responsible to calculate their years of experience for the award they are applying for. They are responsible to complete a nominee information survey. They generally are the ones preparing their formal statement. They're identifying recommenders to address one or more of the selection criteria. And collectively, those letters should address all of the selection criteria for the strongest possible nomination. They're preparing their resume. And in addition, if they are applying for one of the SWE Leadership Track Awards, they'll also be preparing their SWE resume. They're preparing their biography, obtaining a professional headshot, and ensuring that the supporting letters are completed by their recommenders by the 1st of March. And then the recommenders, their job is to prepare letters of recommendation for the nominee and submit those through the Smarter Select online tool by the March 1st, 2025 deadline. Note that nominees may self-nominate, in which case they have the responsibilities of both the nominator and the nominee. We recommend that they don't play both roles because we think the nominator can play a valuable role in providing feedback on the package, but it is possible for them to play that role, both roles. So within the SWE Award program packet is a checklist that begins on page 6. And that checklist provides supporting details for how to bring your nomination package together. And there are checklists for different award leadership tracks and sub-tracks. But everything you need to know about preparing your nomination package, you can find addressed in that checklist. Let me share with you some tips for preparing your formal statement. That formal statement is very much central to the nomination package. It should address all of the selection criteria that's listed in the packet. You're going to want to be specific and concise so that you can stay within the word count limits for the formal statement. You want to include tangible results to make your nomination as compelling as possible. And note that judges are going to score based on the materials that you present and not anything extra, besides the other materials that you're submitting. But if it's not outside of those, the judges aren't going to score that. So all the more reason to be specific and concise. And be sensitive that judges come from a variety of backgrounds. So don't assume judges are familiar with your field of expertise. And SWE understands that some work is protected for security reasons. And there is a nice article written by Sandra Hayland that has guidance on how to go about crafting an award package if you do classified work. And before I wrap up this module, I'll just spend a moment on the disqualification criteria. So these are the reasons why a nomination package would be disqualified and not even sent to the judges for evaluation. The first is nominee applications that are incomplete at the submission deadline of March the 1st, namely missing a required component in the award criteria, such as the nominee information survey, a letter of recommendation, a resume, biography, or formal statement. A second reason that a nominee would be disqualified if they have previously won this award or the equivalent. See the Appendix 1 for a list of what those equivalents are, unless it's allowed under the award qualifications. Certain awards you can win more than once, but most you cannot. Thirdly, if the nominee does not meet the award qualifications, such as years of experience. Number 4 is if the resume exceeds the stated page limits, which is 4 pages. A letter recommendation that is not submitted from a required author as specified in the award criteria. As an example, the SWE Awards in the mentoring subtrack all require at least one letter from a mentee. So if none of the letters submitted are from a mentee, that's a basis for disqualification. And finally, if the application is not submitted to the correct link as specified in the award criteria. Each award has a unique link to apply because the nomination form is unique for each award. So I'll share with you guidance to double check that you're using the right link. But the key takeaway is you want to verify eligibility before you start applying and triple check your final nomination package for the above. And in the next module, we'll cover how you submit your nomination online.